So I've been reading this book, which I've quoted from a few times recently. It's called This Is Real and You Are Completely Unprepared, The Days of Awe as a Journey of Transformation. It's by a rabbi named Alan Lew, L-E-W, who sadly passed away some years ago. But his writing and this book in particular are incredible. It's the kind of thing where I'm like underlining half the book as I go and making notes in the margins and wanting to come back and revisit parts of it. I think I'll read this book many times, and I'm not someone who generally rereads books actually. So when there's one that's a keeper like this, it's really making an impression on me. So I wanted to read to you this passage that I read a couple nights ago, the night that I got in bed early. And I wrote next to it jewels, because this passage is exactly what the Jewels on the Path group that I lead is about, and really what all of my work is about, which is finding ways into our writing where we really inhabit the writing and where we're really experiencing it, as opposed to being so focused on either what's missing or where we're falling short or where it's not good enough or where it's going, that we're not actually finding our way into just being present with the experience of writing. So I want to read you this passage, and I'm actually going to take the liberty, and I hope Rabbi Lew, I keep doing this. It's like the A-OK sign, but I think it might be like a white supremacy thing. Anyway, I'm going to trust that Rabbi Lew of blessed memory would give me his blessing on this liberty that I want to take with this passage. I want to replace the word life and lives with writing and just see what happens. So anytime I say writing, keep in mind that in the original text here it says life. And I'm just going to read you a story on a chilly Thursday, October morning. A certain Rebbe had a close disciple who fell into a long period of staleness that troubled him deeply. He felt as if all meaning had been drained from his writing, and when he prayed, his prayers turned to chalk and died in his mouth before he could utter them. The Rebbe, aware of his disciple's problem, took him out of the village to a deep, dark forest. Before they entered the forest, the Rebbe said to the student, "As you are entering the forest, ask God to give you the answer to your dilemma. Then forget about this prayer, because you must pay very close attention to the path through the forest. Otherwise you'll get lost and never come out of the forest alive." So the student entered the forest, asking God for the answer to his struggle, and then he lost himself in following the path. Soon he began to take great pleasure in this path. He took pleasure in the working of his body as it found its own pace on the path, and in the fall of his foot on the cool forest floor. He was taken with the path itself, a verdant, mossy path of deep, brilliant green. When he finally did come out of the forest, he was smiling broadly. The Rebbe asked, Did God give you an answer?" The student started to weep. "I forgot all about the question," he said. "I put all my attention on the path, and after a while I took so much pleasure in what was in front of my face that I forgot about the question altogether." "In that case," the Rebbe said, "I would say that God gave you your answer." The present moment is the only place we experience ourselves as being alive, the only place we experience our writing at all. The walk through the forest, the focus on the path, on the process of life, rather than on some goal or end that exists beyond the present tense reality of our writing. This is the answer God provided for this student. You don't feel your writing is dead to you, because you aren't in it. If you want it to come alive again, if you want it to bristle with wonder and intensity, then you have to inhabit it, that dead, meaningless writing that troubles you so. So inhabit your writing. Be present in it, and watch the gray concrete turn a brilliant emerald green. inhabit your life. Be present in it and watch the gray concrete turn a brilliant emerald green. By Rabbi Alan Lew from This Is Real and You Are Completely Unprepared. And I would love to invite you to join me next week for a new 2-week writing group. We'll meet in a secret Facebook space. It's called Transitions, and the names of my groups are really more kind of guiding intentions. So what you'll get is a prompt in your inbox each morning and an invitation to use that prompt as a stepping off point onto the path. And then we'll just write and inhabit the writing and see what happens. And maybe even forget about where we're going and what the question was in the first place, and experience the wonder of being present with our words and ourselves and each other. I hope to see you.